everybody. Welcome back. If you've got Football Manager 23 and you are enjoying your first save in the full game, then don't forget later on in the week we will be releasing how to add kits to your Football Manager save, and also we'll be telling you how to use Kit Basher to generate your own kits within the game. So look out for that one. I will let you know when that's going to be released, but it will be later on in the week. On the back of a bit of silverware, which we've already got in the cabinet by way of the Carabao Cup against Brentford in the last match, today we've got more cup action in the fifth round of the FA Cup, and there's also a Premier League game. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 14 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud, and hopefully we're going some way to do that on the basis that we have won the Carabao Cup so far. But my name's Mark, and on today's episode we have more cup action, as I said in the intro, this time against Southampton in the FA Cup fifth round, and then we will be playing Wolves in the Premier League. Wolves who are not doing too badly at the moment and seem to be sneaking some half-decent results there or thereabouts as well. Nothing's really happened since you were last with us. Obviously, we've been mopping up from that Carabao Cup win, but just one piece of news is I have actually won the February February Manager of the Month award, beating Patrick Vieira for Crystal Palace. They must be doing quite well. And Pep Guardiola from Manchester City. It's the first time I've won it this season. Jurgen Klopp won it in August. Steve Cooper, who's now been sacked, I hasten to add, won it in September. Pep Guardiola in October. Jurgen Klopp in November. And then Pep winning it in December and January. My first win of the year, so that's looking very promising indeed. Southampton at St Mary's today. We've already lost to them at St Mary's already this season. A 4-2 loss there, Mason Mount and Brozier on that occasion, but the man that did the damage against us was Dejempo, scoring three goals. No, he scored 2 goals, 32 and 63. Stuart Armstrong and Seko Mara getting the fourth 3 minutes into injury time. Let's hope not for a repeat of that particular scoreline today. James Ward-Prowse is doubtful with a sprained knee for Southampton. We'll be missing Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's out with a lower back stress fracture, as we mentioned in the last match. Ben Chilwell out with a fractured lower arm. And Jorginho still is out with a calf strain. So that is what's going on. Quick check on the Premier Division, because I don't think with all the excitement in the last episode, we didn't really round up on it particularly well. This is how it looks going into the next run of games. Manchester City are top on 65 points. We are 8 points behind them in second place. Liverpool are third with 55 points, 2 points behind us. And then Manchester United, 3 points behind, 3 points behind us, 1 point behind Liverpool in fourth place. Wolves, our other opponents today, I did say that they were going quite well. They've won 3 of their last 5, lost 1 and drawn 1. So there you go. That's how they've won. And they've beaten Manchester United, drew 2-2 with Brentford, beat West Ham 4-2, lost to Crystal Palace 3-1, and they beat Tottenham by 1-0. So let's have a quick look at that again, if I can. Oh no, it's 3-2. It's right. I had a feeling that a majority of those games were away from home as well, which would have been quite interesting. So, yeah, that's not going to be an easy game, I don't think, against Wolves, because they've definitely been picking up some wins against fairly big opponents. And if we have a quick look before we move on, how do we get on with them early in the season? A 4-4 draw. Yes, I remember that game. That was, if you remember rightly, they were 2 up after 24 minutes. In fact, they were 3 up after 62. And then we started to turn the tap on a little bit. Kai Havertz getting 1 back, making it 3-1. Then they scored again, made it 4-1. And then we really went to town on them. Havertz, Sterling and Barbosa getting us back level. A game which we really shouldn't have actually got a draw out of. But today we are at home and we need to prove ourselves a little bit better than them. So we've got it all to do. It's all very well winning silverware, but you have to behave yourselves and actually prove yourselves at the same time. Let's have a look then at the team that will face Southampton in this FA Cup 5th round. And the team to face Southampton, Mendy in goal, Cucurella, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly and James, our defensive line. Kovacic and Kante in midfield. Sterling, Havertz and Hudson-Odoi are attacking midfield. Barbosa up front. Kepa, Chalobah, Gallagher, Broja, Fofana, Pulisic, Aubameyang, Apliqueta and Zakaria are all on the bench. As you'll see, a number of players actually missing out on this one. Mainly Mason Mount. I think he's down here somewhere. I'm just wondering whether we should put him on the bench, to be honest. And I'm thinking we'll put him on the bench for Zakaria. He's not 100%, but even if we got him to play for 20 minutes, he could add a little bit towards the end. And I think he's a slightly better player than Zakaria. So that's what we will do for this one. And we're underway for this FA Cup 5th round. 32,384 in attendance. Always used to tell you how many away supporters there were. It doesn't anymore, which is a bit strange. A free kick just outside the box. Havertz playing in Mason Mount's space today, and Havertz, he's hit that onto the woodwork, and it's gone clear. Now, question is, did it cross the line? Well, it obviously didn't, and half an hour has come and gone, and it's a very torrid affair. James with the corner. Koulibaly heads it over the top. No Mason Mount delivering the corners today, of course. And half-time comes. Nothing really in the way of highlights or anything. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. 0.32, 40% of the possession. We've had 5 shots, 4 on target, 0.41, 60%. It's once again, we are actually getting shots on target. We just need to put them away, I think is what we need to do. No changes made at half-time. We have shuffled the pack slightly up front. Barbosa now gone out to the right, not playing particularly well up front. Hudson-Odoi has come into that central role, and Havertz has gone up front, but Southampton have the early highlight. Barbosa, who's a bit deeper for this one, and they've won the ball, and Armstrong is through, and Mendy, forgotten who was in goal for a minute. I think that hit the post. James with the corner then, swings it in, it's gone in. Koulibaly gets the goal. 64 minutes on the clock, and like to see that again because it all happens very, very quickly. Koulibaly heads it onto the crossbar, and the goalkeeper obviously dived, but it fell back to the feet of Koulibaly, who calmly put it away, and we go that 1 goal up. 75 minutes has come, and let's have a look and see what we need to do. Reece James is, I'm not sure he's picked up a knock, but he is very, very tired out there. I'm going to bring Chalabar on for him. Raheem Sterling not having a good day at the office. We'll put a bang on that left-hand side. Barbosa still not playing particularly well out on that right. It might be a case, as I said, do we bring on Mason Mount? Hudson-Odoi can go back out there. Barbosa can come off for Mason Mount for the last 20 minutes and hopefully can see this game out. 3 done for now. Cucurella's tired on that left side as well. I am tempted to substitute him at some point or other. Pumpfist. Not a lot of time left, but I trust you can make an impact. We'll do that. And get back on the game. They have a corner. Walker Prowse. And it's headed wide. Looked like it might have been going in for a second or two then. It was a lovely header. 85 minutes comes. And let's have a look. Cucurella is tired now, so we will take him off as Bloketa can come on in his place. Now, do we go to this defensive or do we just hang on in there? Perhaps go to this more defensive version of this particular formation. We do have one more throw of the dice. We've got 2 to do. Do we make those? Thiago Silva is tired as well in defence. I don't want to overcharge him. Hudson-Odoi tired out on that right side. We've got Brozier that can come on for Hudson-Odoi. Let's bring Brozier on and we'll leave 1 in the abeyance just in case of any accidents. Pumpfist. I'll see the result intact. As a Procrator has the throw in. Where's he going to throw it? The player's blacking away from him. He's taking his time. Havertz, nice ball. He's got control of that. Referee's in the way. And he went all the way with it. And actually over the top in the end. Havertz with a free kick. Swings it in, but it's cleared. A bang. Tidies up, but he's lost the ball. And Adams comes away with it. But Azpilicueta is equal to it. And Koulibaly gets caught, but he's come back and won it. Kovacic. Kante goes out wide to Brozier. 4 minutes of injury time to be played. Chalabar. Can he cross it in? No, he can't. But Brozier is there. Brozier will try. And it's all... I think Chalabar was fouled. And we have VAR looking at whether it should be a penalty or not. It is a penalty. And this will seal it. Mason Mount on. So I'm expecting Mason Mount to take the free kick. Sorry, the penalty. He has, and he's put it away. That's his 19th of the season, and a 2-0 win ensues at the moment. A little bit different from last time we played them. I don't know if they were expecting more of the same, but they've not got it today. We've hung on in there. It's not been pretty, but we've managed to secure a 2-0 win. Koulibaly after 64 minutes. Mason Mount from the penalty spot a minute into injury time. 13 shots, 8 on target, 2.33, 60% possession. There's 10 shots, 4 on target, 0.95 XG, and 40% of the possession, which means that we will now have the draw for the quarterfinals. And here we are with the draw for the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. 8 teams are in the hat. And they include ourselves, Manchester City, Liverpool, Watford and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's have a look then at the draw. And it's the new draw thing. Peter Cech is the ceremony host. So he'll be looking forward to the Chelsea draw 14-time winners Arsenal, first team selected. And is that going to be a all-London derby? Let's find out. No, they're going to play Manchester City. Everton will play Newcastle. Watford are going to play Chelsea. So we will play Chelsea. Liverpool will play Wolves. And that is the draw for the quarterfinals. Arsenal, Manchester City, Everton versus Newcastle, Watford of the Championship, the only remaining Championship side left in this year's FA Cup, will play ourselves Chelsea, and then it'll be Liverpool versus Wolves, the other draw. So it's looking very interesting to see who goes through to the final. We will see, but that's the draw. Let's have a look and see how it affects the schedule. It comes thereafter. So next episode is going to be not Nottingham Forest now as expected. It's going to be Champions League, second leg against Benfica, and then the FA Cup quarter-final against Watford. And we'll see where that leaves us. As an international break there as well, by the looks of it, at the end of March, which means that obviously we'll have a little bit of a break and see how that all pans out. Obviously, if we get further on with the Champions League and also the FA Cup, there'll be more games that will drop into here. Right, without any more to do, let's get through to the second game of the episode. It is against Wolves. As we know, 4-4 draw earlier in the season. Let's see what it's going to give us today. And here we are for the game against Wolves at home at Stamford Bridge. In other news, Jorginho is back from injury. He's not going to be completely fit for this particular game. Back into full training in 2 days. Could play 60 minutes if we needed him to, but we're not going to need to. And he's not put him on the bench either today. Mendy in goal then. Cucurella, Thiago Silva, Fofana, and James in defence. Gallagher and Kante in front of them. Sterling, Mount, and Hudson-Odoi behind Havertz up front. Kepa, Shalabar, Pulisic, Barbosa, Koulibaly, Kovacic, Broja, Azpilicueta, and Ziyech are all on the bench for this one. And we're underway this one at Stamford Bridge. Mount with the corner. It's headed clear, and Geddes is going to get out to it. Defence trying to cut him off as we try and pile back in numbers. Thiago Silva cutting that one out. Finds Mount. Mount to Havertz. Havertz, and it's headed back to the goalkeeper by the defender. Long ball. Fofana. Mount to Gallagher. Gallagher back today. Fofana. Thiago Silva. Gallagher. And I don't know who that was fouled. Havertz. Can he score from here? He's hit the post. Not quite sure. Somebody was fouled in midfield there. Don't know if it was deliberate or not. Wasn't really watching. Conor Gallagher picking up a yellow card. Thiago Silva now from an offside, I'm guessing. Cucurella. Raheem Sterling nowhere near it. Raheem Sterling's going to come back and collect that one though. Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva finds Gallagher. Gallagher swings it out wide for Hudson-Odoi. And Havertz is there. An offside though. And the question was, it looked like he played it backwards to me. It's been disallowed. He was offside. He was in a lot of room. I know that much. And it was certainly level, if not a bit in front. So it's disallowed. But might give him a bit of confidence of putting them away. Kante to Mount. Mount finds Raheem Sterling, who misses the target. And it's going to be one of them days. We seem to be having the shots, but not on target, as is usual. James with a throw-in to Mount. Back to James. James finds Hudson-Odoi, but it's way in front of him. Hudson-Odoi still wins it, though, and Havertz has missed. Oh, yeah. 40 minutes comes, 11 shots, only one on target though. We've squandered our chances today. We're really going to have to sort that out in the second half. 12 shots, 2 on target, 1.65, 60% of the possession, so we're fine there. They've had 3 shots, none of them on target, 0.24. But we do need to start hitting the target fairly soon. And we have an early highlight. Geddes comes forward for Wolves. And Cucurella tidies up. Mendy to Fofana. Fofana launches one. Raheem Sterling heads it on. In fact, I don't think he did. I think it was headed back by the defender. Thiago Silva. Gallagher. Kante. Raheem Sterling has lost the ball. Cucurella trying to get it back, but couldn't. Anyway, Cucurella's forced him back for the moment. And might have to change tactics up somewhat. And Geddes, he's had a shot from distance. And we've given a goal away. This is what we did last time against Wolves. And they're doing it to us again. Lovely threaded through ball to Raul. And Geddes this time has a shot from distance. And you would have expected Mendy to sort that one out. Right. We need to go attacking. And we're going to need to do something here. Because this is just poor on our part. Hudson-Odoi. James. Fofana, Kante, James launches one. Hudson-Odoi brings it down, and the goalkeeper saving it. Mason Mount will outswing this one. Didn't get as far as Fofana. Gallagher will mop up. He was a bit quicker than the defender. Gallagher crossing it back in. Defender takes it away from Havertz. Raheem Sterling. Gallagher, yes! And no more than he deserved. Conor Gallagher, 3rd goal of the season. Lovely bit of work from him. And he bows in front of the Wolves supporters, which is a bit mean, really. See, taken away from Havertz on that occasion. Raheem Sterling fires it back hard. Gallagher uses the momentum on that ball just to get his head to it. Puts it in the back of the net. And we're back on level terms after 55 minutes. Mendy picking up that one. Mendy throws it out to Cucurella, who's very lax with the ball. But he's won it back. Mount goes looking for Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi's got Havertz in acres of space. And Havertz puts it away. Oh, he's going to be offside. Oh, no, it's been given. He was onside, and his 20th goal of the season. Hudson-Odoi, yeah, he was onside there. Put that away well. I'll see the line now. There's the line. There's not much in it, but he's managed to squeeze it, and we go 2-1 up. Mason Mount with a free kick to Raheem Sterling. Back to Mason Mount. Quite sure what was going on there. It's obviously a worked one, but Mount lost it in the area, won it back, and then lost it again. Thiago Silva to Gallagher. Out wide to Hudson-Odoi. He's been fouled. That surely is a penalty. Bueno, the culprit, has come rushing across trying to prove his innocence. And it is a penalty. Mason Mount on the pitch will take this one. He has missed one recently. Not putting, he's put it away, but it was close. It was close. His 20th goal of the season for Mason Mount. And 3-1 up. Hit that with enough power and venom. Right, we're going back down to a positive mentality. I didn't see what time. I'm hoping with the new version come out that this paused in this top corner. I know it's paused because it tells me up here. Don't need to know it's paused up there. I need to know what's on the clock. 70 minutes on the clock. Let's have a look at changes then. Kai Havertz having a better time now. Kante not having such a good time. Kovacic can come on for him. Give him a bit of a rest. Cucurella, he's going to be replaced by Azpilicueta. Reece James can be replaced by Chalobah. 3 changes for now. We've got some in the pot. Pump fists. Go and make it happen. A couple of complacent players on the changes there, which is never good. Azpilicueta, Raheem Sterling, Kovacic, Mount. Nice ball forward. Through ball to Havertz didn't work. Kovacic comes through this time. He's had a shot. And Jose Sarr making the save. 84 minutes on the clock. 3-1 up. If they score, that's going to make it an interesting dying few minutes. Azpilicueta back to Mendy. Mendy to Thiago Silva. As we explore our way out. Fofana. Kovacic. Fofana. Thiago Silva. He's I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Fofana goes out wide to Chalobah. Hudson-Odoi. Mason Mount. Mason Mount. It's been deflected, and but Havertz wins it. Mount. Raheem Sterling, and he didn't get it away. Diego Costa does come away with the ball though, and it's in Brownhill. Bueno, and it's a poor pass in the end. Josh Brownhill's playing for Wolves. There you go. Ex-Bristol City player, of course. Right, again, time on the clock, please, boys. 87 minutes. Right, let's have a look. Mount does need to come off. I am tempted to go to this formation now then. We'll take Kovacic can go drop back there. Mount can go in midfield. We will bring on Ziyech. Ziyech can come on for Mount in that central midfield role. And then we also need to bring off Hudson-Odoi. He's going to come off for Broja. Thiago Silva is tired, but I think we'll leave him on. And then Raheem Sterling's going to come off on the other side for Pulisic. Cannot make any more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, made 5. Right, okay. We have what do we make? Kante was earlier, I think. Mason Mount on this occasion. No, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We're okay. We're in control, I think. Point a finger, trusting each other, and keep the result intact. And Adam Traore needs to be man-marked. That's the man that we need to mark. I'm not sure which Traore it was. We'll do both of them just to be on the safe side. And want to see this game out. Ziyech with the free kicks. It's deep. Brozier will go out for it. And it will come back in again. Brozier cuts it back to Chalobah. Chalobah to Kovacic. Kovacic gets him, generates a bit of space. But ball always rising. 5 minutes of injury time. And we get another highlight. 3.5 minutes in. And the ball given away to Diego Costa. Guedes, the scorer. And Adama is in. He's in. But Mendy sticking a leg out as he tried to drill it into the near post. Luckily, it was saved. And Moutinho did us some damage last time, I seem to remember. Swings it in. It's cleared, but only as far as Bueno. Bueno comes into the area. Go and keep him at bay, boys. Moutinho. Deflection. And Mosquera gets the goal. 3-2. With 30 seconds still to play. It must have caught a deflection. It did. It was a deflection off of Thiago Silva. Mendy, I think, probably would have had that covered. Had it right. Kind of balanced now. We've not been balanced very much this season. But we've seen this game off. 3-2 to Wolves. Wolves are a bit of a feisty bunch when it comes to it. But we've seen them off. And it does mean that we've done well, I think, under the circumstances. 23 shots, 8 on target, 3.84 on the XG. So we met the XG really. 60% of the possession, 9 shots, 4 on target for Wolves. Certainly come back in a little bit in that second half, but we did the damage early part of that second half there to increase our position really after being a goal down, which was a bit demoralising. Let's see what that's done to the table then. And you come back. Manchester United beating Arsenal by 3-1. Partey sent off in that one after 39 minutes. So Manchester United still 3 points behind us. Aston Villa beating Liverpool, though, by 1-0, which means that we now have 5 points on Liverpool, which is great news. Leeds beating Nottingham Forest 3-0. And Leeds just outside of there. West Ham, who were on the bottom, beating a fellow candidates for the drop. But that first win for quite some time, 5-1. They've beaten Bournemouth, and that will give them a little bit of hope. 6 points off of Newcastle now, and 8 points short of Everton, who are in 17th place. Manchester City haven't played. They are playing in tomorrow's games, I think. So we'll see what that looks like when we come back next time. So that's how we end up the episode. I'm not quite sure what's going on at the minute. Here we go. Right. Let's have a look. We're going to come back then for Benfica's second leg in the Champions League, round of 16. I was going to say round of 12. Round of 16. And the FA Cup quarter-final against Watford at Vicarage Road. That's in the next episode. Previously, we've not played Watford because they're in the Championship, of course. But Benfica, we are 6-3 up in that one. 6-3. So we need to hang on to that 6-3, and we are away in that particular leg, which could be a bit of a worry. We're at the Estadio del Benfica. So that is what's coming up. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and when we release our new series, because obviously now we've gone to a full version of FM. And also look out for the tutorial about kits, which should be out later on in the week. We're going to do a kit tutorial, and we'll also have a look at Kit Basher if you fancy making your own kits to go along in the game. And I'll show you how to make those, because we're going to do them for Chelsea And having done them for Chelsea, I will show you how to put them into the game. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are released for the rest of this week at 4:15 p.m. After Friday, we'll let you know what's going to happen with the schedule. I'll work it out what's going to happen for next week. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, then you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 15. And we'll see you then. Until then, it's a very goodbye.